Hey guys, it's Jeremy on the One Wildcrafter channel, Season 6 of the Wilderness Living Challenge with the Wooded Beardsman at the small cabin in the woods. Alright, 10 minutes to shooting light. Good morning guys, and welcome to day 6 of season 6 of the Wilderness Living Challenge. If you don't know what that means, you should go back and watch from episode 1 if you haven't been following along. And if you have, you know that means that the Wooded Beardsman and I have been out and about eating nothing but wild food that we catch, cook, and collect. And this year's challenge is the Homestead Edition, so we are at the small cabin and mixing a little bit of food rations with all wild food. We've been hunting geese and hares and turkeys and deer, picking wild apples and grapes and other foods. And this morning is starting off with a deer hunt. So my plan, got the crossbow back here, heading out to the stand and going to hopefully pop a deer. Chris is out at his stand, he's hopefully going to pop a deer, and then after the deer hunt I'm going to switch it up and make a real solid go for bow season turkey. So I'm on my way to the deer stand now. Follow along with me and see where this day goes. So I got here at about half an hour before shooting light, which is an hour before sunrise, and I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, it was light out. And the funny thing was, I was dreaming that I was vigilantly watching, and then I would wake up, and what I saw was nothing like what I was seeing in my dream. And then I was thinking, oops, I probably should have been paying attention. We've been getting up at 5:30 every day for the last 6 days, either for goose hunting or deer hunting. And it's just starting to catch up on me. I don't think we've been to bed before 10 o'clock at night. We don't take any breaks in the day. We're either hunting, or we're processing, or we're traveling. It's a pretty busy schedule. The woods have sort of woken up a little bit. There are squirrels and chipmunks. I hear robins. The crows have been active for a long time, but I have not heard the turkeys, and no sign of deer here yet. Probably have about just under an hour, and then I'm going to switch into turkey hunt mode. Would you be surprised if I told you I shot another black squirrel? Let's go get it. Ooh, a big one. Big, hefty one. Not big with our last night for traps too, so should dump these guys out. This is one of my traps that I brought from North Bay. It's 2 inches. It's 2 inches. 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 This is the one we were trying to catch groundhogs in, actually. Shake all the old paint out of it. Well, I haven't checked all the traps today, but so far we've only caught one raccoon out of 5 traps of 6 nights of trapping. And it's not because there's any lack of raccoons around here. They're very plentiful, and it just goes to show you that just because there is an abundance of something doesn't mean it's a guarantee. Chris thought that we would have unlimited raccoons on this 6-day wilderness living challenge, as many as we wanted, because he's been seeing them on his camera consistently and he's trapped them here before. But they're just not eating trap food right now. They're not taking the risk. They know it's not natural, and they have so much other food to eat that they'd rather waddle themselves over to a cornfield or a bean field or an apple tree and fill up on that. So the real key to catching them is to come down in the winter when they're a little bit hungrier and a little less risk averse. And actually their fur is a little more prime too, so if you really want to make the most of them, skin them out properly, put them on a stretcher. That's the way to do it. And I think that's what we will do this year. Maybe come down for a late season goose hunt, raccoon trapping, small cabin adventure. That'd be alright, eh? So let's check this back swamp trap. Oh my goodness. What is that? A very wet raccoon. Well, there we are on the last day. I think he might be sleeping, or he thinks he's hiding from me. Alright, get reorganized here and get ready for a turkey hunt. I just need my turkey collar. I know it's around here somewhere. Where's my turkey collar?
Hey, buddy.
What? Who's this? It's Stevie Funfur.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
The woods.
Oh. There's my turkey collar.
I had any luck?
Yeah.
You got a deer?
No.
Oh.
A raccoon.
Oh, good.
Well, we have live trap set, so.
Nice. You know what? I just
raccoon.
grabbed, I don't know, I think that's Chris's little Ruger there.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Cottontail go by right by the solar array there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I thought it was your air gun. And I grabbed it and I was like, oh, that's a little heavy.
Yeah.
But it eluded me.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you was going to have a nice...
Very sneaky.
Yeah, a little Cottontail lunch.
That would have been a good surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come back, thought you were sleeping, meanwhile you're out shooting rabbits.
Yeah, that would have been good. We don't get them up my way, so I was like excited.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah, like I'm too far north. It's out of their range.
Yeah.
We only have the, the European hares and the
Yeah.
snowshoes.
Well, we might see more.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Still trying to keep up to these geese. Now there's a raccoon, another squirrel, got feathers to clean up, but first we have a turkey to go and kill.
Also coffee.
And coffee to drink.
We're coffee hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, we had 2 good sits, and I don't know if we got a hen calling back to us or if it was a squirrel barking. It was really hard to tell that one time.
It was so damn loud. Like, I'm not used to hunting when there's so much noise. You can hear there's like trucks in the background, there's planes flying over, it's windy, cars, like farm equipment. It's everything, right? So it's like I was sure that we had one coming in dead straight to him.
Yeah.
For a good 3-4 minutes there, and I don't know if she just lost interest or whether it was a squirrel barking. It was so loud I couldn't tell.
So we moved up. This is where I saw them and shot at them a few days ago.
Oh, is this where you had your shots?
Yeah. But there's nothing going on here either, so we're going to try and do kind of a tour of the corn patch and see if we spot them feeding or get some calls back maybe on that Jake gobble or something.
Yeah. Run a gun, take the fight to them.
Yep. Let's do it.
Just gonna walk the edge of these corn rows and just see if we push out further into the open alfalfa here, and we can get cover in that corn if we need it. Just see if they're too far to be hearing the calls. Well, falk turkey hunting's hard, or falk turkey calling is hard. It's not really a thing, but we're gonna give the old college try. Oh yeah. You don't think that's deer? Think raccoons could do all that? I guess they could.
Yeah, that's what they were saying, because the raccoons kind of climb up to grab the corn and then it tips the corn over.
Right.
Where deer would just pull it right off of the stem, right? Then there's a whole patch
kind of cut in there
where they, I guess the drill seeder missed. So there's just an empty hole there.
Oh, I see. What is any scratching there? You want to look, or is it maybe not worth? Yeah, I think it's worth
You
looking.
can see the tracks pretty good too in the so
Yeah.
you have a beat. So those are my boot tracks from the other day.
Right.
And here's fresh coyote.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
And there's an old deer track by your left knee.
Yeah, right there.
But,
No
lots
turkeys.
of coyote here.
Yeah, lots of coyote for
They're
sure.
probably hunting raccoons.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, not seeing any turkey track at all.
I wonder if this is too thick for them.
Yeah, they would feel sort of, you know, hedged in, yeah.
So Steve's gonna have a little sit for deer up in the squirrel stand, and it is the last day of this Wilderness Living Challenge Season 6, the Homestead Edition at the small cabin, and I gotta go and do a little bit of wrap up. The bad news is for us is we didn't get a turkey yet, but the possibly good news is I just heard somebody shoot a 22 at the cabin, so that means there's probably a squirrel or something else to be added to the meat bowl. So I'm headed that way, and we'll find out. It was a squirrel that he was shooting at, a really big one. Oh, the flies are after the blood. That's okay, these guys are getting packed up in a minute because it is the end of the 6th day of the 6th season of the Wilderness Living Challenge. I have all kinds of these little picky burrs in my microphone cover. So we did a weigh out and we've done a tidy up. I lost 3 pounds. Chris lost 0.8 pounds despite all the food we ate. But pretty close. Closer for sure than we were in seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah. Getting better at this.
Yeah. So we're just gonna maybe hit up a couple more things, take a picture of our final haul of meat that I'm going home with that we didn't eat, and that'll probably be the wrap until the next adventure. We're gonna have one last supper before we go. So got some hericium mushrooms that we picked while we were turkey hunting. I got some bear fat. Steve's got some late fall oysters, the panellus Serotinus.
Yeah, brought a bunch of these, thinking we'll have a nice fry up.
Yeah.
Just harvested those yesterday on my, yeah, you can take the rest home, dude. I don't know if we'll eat all these. Like, check out the size. This is one of the bigger ones I've ever seen.
I've never seen one that big.
Yeah, look at these things, man.
Yeah.
Ginormous.
Huge. And so this is a goose that I plucked a few days ago. And then I took all the guts out. Steve said you have to, once you get the guts out of them, you have to use them or freeze them right away. And so he suggested we just breast this guy, and then when I get home I'll take the thighs off. They'll still be fine, but not to use the rest of the bird.
I wouldn't boil that one down. I was just talking about it with Chris, like according to the old timers will tell you hang it as long as you want, just don't break the skin, because that's the natural barrier against all the bacteria and problems that you can get on the inside, and especially don't gut it, because now you've got bacteria way up in there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, those ones hanging there, none of them are pierced, so you're good. Yeah. Yeah, they'll be totally fine.
Yeah. So this goose has been hanging since Wednesday morning, and it's Sunday.
Those breasts are gonna be awesome, man.
Promise? Do you have a trick around the neck here, or you just kind of cut to the side?
Right here, the problem that I always find is where the wishbone is.
Yeah.
Just keep going, get around it, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of fillet it with the tip, with your tip right down to the breastbone.
Yep, it's there.
Yeah, just keep following that till you got the end of it.
Yeah.
And then follow that around.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll just with your tip, you'll feel it. There's the wishbone is there.
Yeah.
And then you can go down and get the rest of this big chunky part.
Oh, okay. One big goose breast.
Yeah, so like definitely no birds are on there. Oh, sorry, you filming?
Yeah, we gave it a good try, right?
Yeah, we gave it the old college try, man. I just didn't hear a single bird, see a single bird.
And I've seen or heard them like 3 of the 6 days I've been here.
Murphy's Law.
And the one day that I didn't see them, they were up by the road.
Yeah.
Chris's brother gave us a heads up on that.
But you guys didn't get any shots?
We didn't. By the time I got his message, we were way too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest one that I've seen.
I think it's the biggest one I've seen too. And look at those are like 4 inches long, man.
Yeah. Even though I lost 3 pounds on this challenge, I'm still going home with a huge surplus of food. And presumably, I could just relax for a few days and fatten back up again. But we, as we always do, we kind of chose to go hard. 5:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. Hunting, fishing, working, gathering, walking around. So no surprise that I lost the 3 pounds, but I'm very excited about all this extra food that's going back with me. Walnuts. Apples, grapes, 5 squirrels that I have to skin, 1 squirrel that's already done, 2 pigeons, some raccoon fat, 6 geese, 6.5 geese, some hericium mushrooms, a raccoon. And in here, like, I still have this whole tote full of apples as well, and I'm hoping to pick some more this afternoon.
I'm very slowly turning all these to make sure they're really thoroughly cooked, because I don't have a flip. When it's too hot, I usually just stick my fingers in there, but it's getting too hot with all the fat in there.
Yeah.
But this is going to be awesome, dude. These mushrooms, I love it. Doing goose medallions, aged 6 days in bear fat and goose fat.
I think that might be alright, eh?
That might be pretty alright, dude.
Mushrooms are cooked up.
I dare you to eat one of those, Chris, and try it. Yeah.
I'll eat one.
I got goosey hands, but that's okay. Right? There's like sort of nutty and nice. It's really good. I love these things, man. This isn't like hazelnuts or something, I don't know.
That's good.
Nutty. For sure. Nutty. No. Yeah.
That's the salted but not peppered goose medallions. Look at that.
Alright, well, done. There. Yeah, that's a plate, as far as I'm concerned. I'm so hungry, man. I haven't even had
That's good.
So, these mushrooms haven't had any pepper or anything. These are all you do.
Peppered mushrooms, thanks.
And then these ones might get a little pepper just by mixage. Put some of that on there. That meat's got some pepper. The crackling turned out really tough, man, because it was just the pan wasn't hot to sear it, like to crisp it right away. But they still taste super good. You should have some crackling in there. If not, you won't get much pepper.
I see some.
Yeah, how about it?
So that's just the skin there. Focus.
Chris, come eat. It's hot, man.
Oh yeah, they're crunchy, but they're tasty.
Those are good.
This is your first meal of the day?
My first meal of the day, what time is it?
4:30.
4:30. Goose medallions. Late fall oysters. Dinner of champions.
I feel like a champion.
I feel like a champion. Even though we got totally skunked on turkeys.
Yeah.
We're still champions.
Yeah, that's right.
God damn it.
Well, that's it. I'm all changed up, ready for the drive. So that's the end of this adventure, and hope to catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for following along. Hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up, sub if you like it, and check out the alternate video footage from the Wooded Beardsman's channel.